Yes, sir.
All right, first question going to come from Kendra Douglas.
Hey, Darren, question for you. Looking into COVID, it's been a crazy year so far. What have you taken away? Has it affected you personally? Has it affected your life personally? And because of how different this season is, do you think that it's actually made you guys fight a little harder this year?
I think the major way COVID affected me was it made me miss 2 games, and I feel like it was 2 crucial games of the season. One, the last game of the season, it's still a lot left to play for myself and for my team. And then also missing the first playoff game. So I say that's the only way it affected me. Like physically, it didn't affect me though. And just it's been a different type of season because you have to be more committed to your team, you know what I'm saying? Because one person can hurt a lot of other people just far as testing positive and close contact and so you just have to do things different. You have to move a certain way. So I say that's a major plus with our team. We've been so, disciplined. We have had a couple hiccups, but I mean that's going to happen. We don't even know where it come from. But other than that, man, I feel like we did a great job all season.
All right, now we're going to go over to Amy Just.
Hey, Devin. Long time no chat. 2 things. What was the horse's name from the video that you posted yesterday? And then how do you feel that you've elevated? I know it's always horse questions with me. I'm sorry. And how do you feel you've elevated your game over the past 2 seasons?
The horse that I was riding yesterday, her name is Artistic Dream. She's currently in foal to my stallion, the Django. But over the past last year, the way I feel like I elevated my game is, I just feel like I became even more dynamic on the field, whether, it's leadership, making plays. I feel like I just took it a whole nother step. Like a lot of my things was game-changing plays, being able to take over games, being able to set the tempo for the defense or for the whole team. And I feel like that was the major part of my game. And that's really just come from all heart. But I worked on a lot of things, I worked on play recognition, et cetera. So, I feel like it's still ways that I can improve as well. But, I feel like those are some of the key components that I worked on this offseason.
Next, we'll go over to Amber Billups.
Hey, Devin, Amber here with Dallas Morning News. How do you game plan to face on one of the most talented offenses with all that speed?
You hire a guy like Ty Bowles. That's his job. But I feel like Ty Bowles put together a great game plan for this week. If you go watch the first game when we played the Chiefs and they jumped out on us 20-3 at halftime or 20-7 at halftime, and then coming out of the halftime, we only gave up 1 touchdown. He flipped the switch and he went back to the drawing board. He seen how they was attacking us and he implemented things for us to do. And now, having a whole week, the game plan and he done played them already, I think the game plan is even more intrigued for this upcoming game. So I feel like, Ty Bowles, he the key to everything, Ty Bowles.
All right, next we'll go over to Liam Fox of Sportsnet.
Hey, Devin, between you and Lavonte, what are the specific benefits of having 2 highly skilled linebackers lined up side by side within this defense?
Man, that's a good question. I think the what we benefit most is just having 2 leaders. You always got that alpha dog in the middle, but being able to have 2 alpha dogs in the middle is constant leadership, it's constant playmaking ability. We both are basically coaches out there because we know the defense throughout. We know the entire defense, so we can help different people. And you don't just have everybody trying to depend on that one guy. And I don't know, man. I think it's great having him like that, man. Especially with him being in year 9, him being older, him being being able to do this a long time and just bring his mindset, let alone with his skill set, and help me thrive as a young player.
All right, now we'll go to Jeff Duncan.
Hey, Devin, Webster Parish question for you. How proud are you to be playing in a game with a fellow Webster Parish product and L'Jarius Sneed. How well do you know him? And how proud is the whole community of you guys being in this game?
First and foremost, I'm very proud to be playing against L'Jarius Sneed. Me and him, we grew up together, playing 7-on-7 AAU, junior high rivals, high school rivals, just living 15 minutes up the street from one another, training together, going to camps together, trying to get scholarships. So I feel like we got a great bond. We always talked, even when I was at LSU, he was at Louisiana Tech. We always kept in contact. We always linked up. And I think just for our communities, man, that's really big because, we from small areas and not too many people make it out, let alone us making it out and being productive for our teams that's playing on the highest stage. That's really a blessing. And I mean, I wouldn't want to have it no other way. And like looking on Facebook and stuff, seeing all the towns rallying together, getting shirts with both our pictures on there, just, everlasting support, the schools back home, having like Kansas City Day, Tampa Bay Day, LSU Day, Louisiana Tech Day, Horse Day, Cowboy Day, just supporting us in many ways, man. It's such a blessing. But at the end of the day, all my communication been cut off with Sneed for a little minute now because he a rival right now. And, until this game over, then, we beefing right now.
We'll go to Amy Just.
All right. What, if anything, do you keep in mind from the teaching that you had with Coach Aranda at LSU? I'm sure there's a lot, but
oh yeah. I say like the main thing from Coach Aranda is just that he taught me is just the way to watch film, properly watch film as if I was a defensive coordinator such as himself, and how to always break down my game just to elevate me, just to make me continue to get better and always improve on myself. Because, when you're looking to be a great player in the NFL, a great teammate, it always starts with yourself, being able to look at yourself and critique yourself. And I think that was one thing that me and him, we always did. I always came in and critiqued myself, and then I always asked for him to critique me, and I kind of looked at both sides and kind of compared them together. But other than that, man, another good thing is me and Coach Aranda still keep in touch to this day. And, I'm excited for him to see what he can do with the program he at Baylor. And, he always, telling me that I could be the best in the league. He coached me. He coached Bobby Wagner. He coached Patrick Queen. So he got an eye for talent, and he know. And I'm just instead of trying to thrive and instead of trying to go upward. And I appreciate a guy like him for, having me at LSU and still sticking by my side, even though he's not at LSU anymore.
All right, now we'll go over to Josh Padilla.
Hey, Devin. This is Josh Padilla at Middle Tennessee State University. Mike Caldwell, your inside linebackers coach, is one of the best Blue Raiders to ever put on the uniform here. What has he meant to you in your career the past couple of seasons?
Coach Caldwell, out of all the coaches I ever played for, he's been the most meaningful and most impactful coach that I ever had. And man, it all starts with, him being a student of the game, because Coach Caldwell played 11 years in the league, and he's been in every situation, and he's been a great player. And this is my first time ever having a coach to coach me that has also played the game. I never had the type of, that type of coach, player interaction before. And I'm so thankful for it. And, he bring a lot, man. I swear we get better every day when we walk up on the practice field. And we always text after the game, and I say, Coach, I got to get better at zone dropping. I feel like it's killing me, but because I've never been a zone dropper. I've always been a man-to-man type of linebacker, chasing people or blitzing. And if you look at my zone dropping now, I'm playing extremely well. I'm doing extremely well. I'm reading routes. I'm understanding route concepts and a lot of stuff. And that's just all thanks to him, because he don't mind putting in the time with you. Because if you want to be great, he going to help push you there. You got some people, when it's time to get out the building, they're ready to get out the building. But Coach Caldwell, he's willing to go above and beyond just to help me be the greatest. And, I have desire to be the greatest. So, look, he's going to help me put the work in. So I'm really appreciative of him, and I'm really thankful that he's my coach.
All right, next we will go over to Kerry Burns.
Hey, so Carrie Burns, actually from the AAU, you referenced it earlier. Can you tell us a little bit about what are some of those lessons you learned while playing AAU that still you carry with you in the NFL today?
I say the biggest thing was, brotherhood. Being playing AAU like for a long time growing up, you was always traveling with those guys, and you had to depend on those guys, especially for the game or just being in a new city. And I say that's the number one thing because when you on a pro level, any level, I think that's the most important thing is having that brotherhood, being able to have that trust in the guy next to you to be able to make the play or do his job, man. Man, that's something I take with me, and I never cherish it because not too many people get to play on the levels that I have played on. And so I take advantage, like when I was in college, I took advantage of all those guys because, never know I might need those guys, or you never know what type of impact I may have on their life or they may have on my life. So, I just try to take it to the heart, and I roll with it.
All right, next we'll go over to Ron Higgins.
Yeah, Devin, Ron Higgins, Tiger Rag Magazine in Baton Rouge. You never figure you're going to get to the Super Bowl this quick, but what part of this year did you kind of believe, like, I think we've really got a shot? I mean, was there a certain game or that part of the year that you thought, we really got a shot?
For me, it clicked last year and more so over the summer. We had a great defense last year. If you go look at the numbers, top 5 defense, number 1 rushing defense, secondary was extremely young. I was young myself, and I basically talked to Coach BA, talked to Ty Bowles, and I said, if we can get this defense back, we're going to be the reason why we win it all next year. And that was just my mindset going into the season. And it was even before we required Tom Brady. It was like, whatever we have to do, we're gonna be the reason that we get over the hump, get into the playoffs, and make a run and get to the Super Bowl. And the thought was always, especially when we knew Super Bowl 55 was in our own home stadium, that was always the goal, is just take care of our backyard, defend our backyard. But just us requiring all our defensive pieces back, we brought everybody back that was here last year that made an impact on the team, man. And if you go watch the playoffs, you go watch a lot of games, you tell me what the defense was doing, and you tell me if the defense one of the main reasons why we playing in the Super Bowl 55.
All right, now we'll go over to Casey Hudson.
Hey, Devin, I know that you and Lavonte get a lot of credit for feeding off of each other out there and on the field and stuff, but what have you seen out of Shaq and JPP and how they've been feeding off one another in the past couple of games?
Yeah, those guys been going at it all year. For them, it's all about, like, I know for his, they don't like taking plays off. They're two of the outside linebackers that they lead in tackles, they lead in snaps played, even though, they probably should go take a break so they could be a little fresher on third down. But it just shows the commitment to the team and, want to be available for every down, because every down is a crucial down. They just not worried about sacks. But I feel like they elevate each other's game because they always in competition, just like me and Lavonte. You're going to compete with the person that play the same position as you. And it's just human nature. It's just that, some guys got that competitive nature in them. And I'm glad those two guys are on my team because, man, they make a tremendous difference for this defense.
All right, now we'll go over to Jose Gabriel Gomez.
Hi, Devin. As you know, you and Lavonte have been great partners the last 2 seasons. How you learn to work with him and what you learn from him? What lessons? How to play the game? How to be a professional? How that little things help you to be the best of the duo this year?
Yeah, it's great working with him. I learned a lot from him. I'll start with off the field. I know that his main thing was, just having a certain routine to keep your body in order and keep your body healthy, because the best ability is availability. And that was the main thing that he always preached to me. And, he's been playing the game at a high level for, last year was 8 years and now it's 9 years. And that was the main thing that I took away from him. But another thing is just us always talking, us always, me asking questions about what he's seeing on the field. Why does he see certain things like that? And that just helped me play faster, whether it's in the run game, in the pass game. But other than that, just being a student of the game, I already had the attribute, for his athletic skill set And now we're just taking it to another level as far as mindset. And I feel like he's still helping me mold into like one of the great mindsets in the game, because as a linebacker, that's a key component, is to be able to outsmart everybody. And, I'm a very smart young man, but you got to be football smart, and for him to be playing at the NFL level for a long time, obviously he's way more football smart than me. So I'm just trying to take bits and pieces to catch up with him.
All right, now over to Steve Weiss from the NFL Network.
Hey, Devin, that's a great jumping off point, talking about how smart you are. Kansas City, all the pre-snap eye candy, and then even some of the stuff they do to try to, get you off your keys, Kelce going underneath on certain blocks and stuff like that. How disciplined do you have to be to try to recognize some of their tendencies?
You got to be very disciplined, especially with those guys. Like you said, they do a lot of eye candy stuff, but at the end of the day, they just do it to create a certain formation that they run certain plays out of. And, us having playing those guys already, we got like a lot of film on them, especially then this being the last game, and teams going to do what they do right now. So I think a lot of things for us is just studying the notes and the tips and watching the clips that our coaches gave us thus far. I think that's going to help a lot of people. But I feel like I know them pretty well. Just, playing the first game, watching film that my coach put in my hot folder on my iPad. And, I feel like it's going to help tremendously. And next thing you know, just the playmaking ability got to take over.
All right, next we'll go over to Ben Bolin.
Hey, Devin, congrats on reaching the Super Bowl. I heard you answer two questions ago about someone who helped you teach you a lot about the game, but I missed the question. Were you talking about Tom Brady there or someone else?
Nah, I wasn't talking about no Tom Brady.
So I'm curious, have you been able to tap into Tom's brain to help, learn what quarterbacks are looking for? Has he helped you on the defensive side at all?
Yeah, I talked to him a little bit, but he told me to always keep everything G12 classified between me and him. But nah, he helped a lot though. He's always an extra coach. He's been doing it for a long time. He knows tendencies. He knows a lot of quarterbacks over this league. He know what they like to do. And, he's, just showed me little bits and pieces here and there. But at the end of the day, he played offense, I play defense. So, it's a lot of stuff I had to learn on my own or learn through my guys.
All right, now we'll go over to Jeff Duncan.
Wanted to follow up with you on L'Jarius Sneed. You mentioned growing up playing against him all those years. He traveled a different path than you did to the NFL. Obviously, wasn't as highly recruited, high profile. But what kind of player was he back then? Was he a good basketball player? Was a great athlete? Did you see this kind of potential in him when you went against him?
Yeah, I always knew Sneed was going pro. You know what I'm saying? I always thought he was a first rounder, and I could be biased because we close, but but I'm not biased because he had the skill set. Growing up, man, when we played football, like when I had an off week or we played on like a Thursday or something, anytime in high school, I always went to his game to watch him play. And man, he was a crazy good wide receiver. Like he used to do everything. Like he used to score a lot of touchdowns for his team. And he was just a playmaker. He played defense as well. He played safety in high school, and he was a ball hawk. And just far as basketball, man, he was one of the main guys on their team. And I was one of the main guys on my team. So we always went head to head and everything. But I don't feel like he took a bad route. He went to a great school, a school right up the street from where we from, Louisiana Tech. They put out great players, and he was a star for them. He made a lot of plays for them. To this day, I don't understand how he was able to fall to the third round. So Kansas City got a steal because, man, he was first round talent. He tested well. His tape was well. I know he got football IQ, so what more do you ask for in a player, because they done had first round talent come out of that school. But, he's a guy that he didn't complain, first round, second round, third round. We always talk, when you get your opportunity, you make the best of it. And as soon as I think somebody had got hurt for their team, and he started the first game, and he's still starting. Like the person came back, and they still got him out there. They still finding ways to put him in position to make plays because that's what he is, a playmaker.
All right, next we'll go over to Liam Fox.
Hey, I know it's not a one-on-one matchup by any means, but what do you think about matching up with Travis Kelce in the pass game? And is there anything you can learn from, the game you had against him earlier in the season?
Yeah, we're gonna put Lavonte on him. Yeah, it's not. We're gonna let Lavonte handle him. I'm more so go with the backs, cover the backs. Lavonte more so cover the tight end. So it really won't be a matchup. I might catch him in zone or something, and I know what type of routes he like to run. I know all the route concepts from the formations and where he align gives a lot. So I mean, if he ever in my zone, I'll be ready. But 9 times out of 10 for his one-on-one matchups, and man, it won't be me.
All right, next we will go over to Matt Matera.
Hey, Devin, you had 9 sacks on the season. That was just a half a sack behind the team lead for the Bucs. How much have you enjoyed getting to get after the passer this year, getting to play a little more aggressive and racking up the sack number? And do you think that best suits your skill set that you have here?
I mean, it's always fun when you can go take the quarterback down. As everybody, ultimate dream is to take the quarterback down and get up and celebrate. But I mean, I told Coach Boyles last in the offseason that I felt like he needed to use me a lot more than what he did last year. And that was just a simple fact that my game is all around. Like some games, he might, like, say for instance, the Packers game, I didn't blitz not one time, but he needed me more in coverage and to do other things. And I'm a team player, so I was able to do that, and my skill set allows me to do that. So at the end of the day, when my numbers call, I just know I need to be screaming like a bat out of hell to get there because it might not get called again. So that's why every time people see me rush the passer, I do it at such a high rate because my opportunities are limited with having 2 great pass rushers on both sides and having guys in the middle that can get after the passer. Last game, we didn't need to do nothing but let the front four get after Aaron Rodgers, and it worked. This game, it might work. This game, I might have to go. This game, Lavonte might have to go. We just never know, as always, when you get into the flow of the game. But at the end of the day, I think everything works for me because, the level of intensity that I play with and just having the guys around me that help me get one-on-ones as well as when I pass rush.
All right, next we'll go over to Adam Kilgore from the Washington Post.
Devin, presuming that your paths are going to cross with Travis Kelce a few times on Sunday, when you study him, what stands out about him as a tight end compared to other guys you play against?
A lot stands out to me about Travis Kelce. When the ball is in his vicinity, his area, he gonna get it. He's a hard-working player on the field. Last game when we played him, I had a couple tackles on him, and it was just like, dang, man, like he was like, we out here working. Like he had a positive mindset, even though I was the opponent. He just say, bro, you out here working. I'm out here working, like this fun, like, and that's what I respect about him, man. I just respect how hard he worked to get open. When his quarterback scramble, he's always the first outlet that he's looking for because he know he's a for sure catcher, and he's going to find a way to get open. So, man, that's what I respect about his game. And him compared to other people, man, I don't know. I mean, right now, Travis Kelce, he the best tight end in the game, if you ask me. But, I mean, that's just my opinion. And my opinion might not matter to some people, but that's just how I feel.
All right, next we'll go over to Jack Rothborn.
Hi, Devin. Jack from The Independent in London. Pleasure to speak to you.
Yes, sir.
So, yeah, my question really, having spoken to you a couple of years ago at the draft, I wanted to get your thoughts on how your game as somebody who can be versatile for your team, both rushing the passer, but also dropping back into coverage. How does your game match up against Patrick Mahomes, and what challenges does he pose to your game, and what parts of his game match nicely with your game?
Far as us being on 2 different sides of the ball, I think far as my game is getting after him, he's a dual quarterback, so he's very mobile. So if I was to ever, pass rush against him and I get him in open field, or if I just chasing him, I'm a guy that can bring him down, even with his elusiveness, because, I'm such, I got such athleticism. Rather, when you got a D lineman chasing him, and he just get away from him. So as far as pass rushing, that's what I feel where I'm great at and what he great at, but where I feel helps me. Not saying that I get him down every time because obviously he's gonna be trying to make a play as well. And just when I'm in zone coverage, when I'm in coverage period, you know, I'm able to run with all his tight ends and all his backs. And so I feel like, you know, I'm not just some guy he could just pick on. So I feel like that I can contest all his throws when they come into the guy that I'm in the vicinity of. And I mean, that's just a big ordeal for me, especially going against him. But he does a great job with his eyes and his body movement when he's getting ready to pass the ball.
Devin, just an update for you. We got about 20 minutes left, and we'll go over to Phil Jones.
Hey, Devin, how you doing today? And congratulations on you making the Super Bowl this year. Going back to Travis Kelce, I know that you play coverage, you play zone coverage, but have you guys thought about trying to get physical with him at the line of scrimmage to get him off his just get him off his route?
I mean, we're gonna do a little bit of everything. So we got everything in. We got man zone, whatever coverage is in. It just all depends on how Ty Bo's feeling. But whatever he called, we're gonna play it to the best of our ability.
All right, next we will go over to Alex Fleming.
How you doing, Mr. White?
I'm doing great.
Between you, Shaq Barrett, and Lavonte David, you arguably have the best linebacker core in the league. Last time you guys played this team, Clyde Edwards-Helaire was there, but Le'Veon Bell wasn't, and you saw Travis Kelce run crazy on Tampa Bay Raymond James Stadium. It's up to you, from your coach Larry Foote, to say that the linebackers are the key to this game. Are you salivating seeing that Eric Fisher and Tardif aren't on the left side to protect Patrick Mahomes? And number two, what's the plan on getting pressure on Mahomes to try to slow this game down?
First of all, you add JPP to the conversation when you say Tampa Bay Buccaneers linebacker. Got to give the OG his respect because he make everything go. Le'Veon Bell did play in this game. Travis Kelce, I don't know if he ran wild, but I think he had a cool 80 yards on us. I don't think he found the end zone. So yeah, that's that. But it really don't matter if the starting tackles, the backup tackles, whoever playing, because at the end of the day, this is the NFL. So if you able to get out there on that field, that must mean the team got a lot of trust in you to do your job. So that really don't play a factor because at the end of the day, we have to win our one-on-ones no matter who the matchup is with. And I think that's the thing. And you're playing for the Super Bowl, so you don't take it light on nobody, where it's the backup, the starter. You're going to try to whoop the man that's in front of you. And that's where Shaq and JPP come in too. Whether it's so great to have Vita back to help push the pocket, him and Ndamukong Suh in the middle. And I just feel like we don't, there go your pressure right there. Like, we don't even have to do nothing for as blitzing and stuff. Those four guys going to have a mindset. They're going to have a job to do. And I feel like they're going to get after it all game long. But if Coach Bowles feel like we need to heat him up a little more, he have different things that he can interpret into the game within his defensive calls to get us going, to get us pressure we need if we can't get it with four.
Our next we'll go over to Harold Kuntz from Fox 4.
Hey, Devin, I know you've been talking about the Chiefs offensive a lot, and you might have asked this before, but when it comes to Patrick Mahomes, just your impressions from that Week 12 game that you got from him, and was it kind of a little bit of a deer in the headlights, if you will, moment when you saw it the first time with Tyreek Hill going down the field, and now how do you guys try to change that to put it in your favor?
I mean, I don't know. I guess we just came out doing some stuff that wasn't going to get us the win. But at the end of the day, that's why the game is played 2 30-minute halves. And we came back out in the second half and we played a different game. But at the end of the day, we didn't get the job done. But like I said, we know what's our strengths and we know what's our weaknesses. We know how we want to attack those guys. We got a good feeling on how we feel like they're going to attack us. So it's just about whoever execute. But, man, it's going to be a great game for 4 quarters.
Our next we'll go over to Ron Snyder.
Hey, Devin, Ron Snyder and Lafayette. Miss seeing you on Mondays in the stadium. those interviews. But anyway, I just wanted to ask you what it means to have so many LSU players in this game, and just from the fans are kind of split in Baton Rouge and across the state. So what's your pitch to the LSU fans to root for your side of the LSU players?
Man, it's great to have so many LSU guys playing in such a prestigious game. Super Bowl 55 is the top of the top. And that just to let you know, man, we put out great players. And with LSU players on the team, the team going to have a good chance of being a good team. But I say my pitch for all the LSU fans out there is to don't be selfish. Darrell Williams already got a championship last year. Tyrann Mathieu already got a championship last year. And Clyde got an LSU championship last year. So y'all know it's your boy time. So go and root for your boy because it's my time to give me a championship. You dig?
All right. Next, we'll go over to Adam Kilgore from the Washington Post.
The Bucs have the most diverse coaching staff in the NFL. I wonder, what does it mean for you to have a number of higher-ranking assistant black coaches when that's not really the norm in the NFL necessarily? And related to that, how does having a diverse number of backgrounds on the staff, whether that's race, gender, age, how does that make the Bucs a better team?
Man, that's one of the best things I ever seen since I've been in the NFL. And it was something I noticed, last year, but nobody really spoke on it because, all what's going on in the world right now wasn't going on. But, man, it just let me know what type of leadership we got from the Glazer family to Jason Light to the head coach, Bruce Arians. It just let me know what type of people they are in general. They don't care who you are, what color you are, what gender you are. They going to put great people around, because if you put great people around, it's just, man, it's contagious. Like, everybody feed off one another. And people might think like, oh, they got women on the staff, but they just on there just to say they on there. I learn from Coach Lowe every day. Coach Lowe is our D lineman assistant coach, and she's always out there working those guys. And if sometimes I need help on something, she's always willing to help me. She keep good spirits at practice. And then you got MJ. MJ is a person that's one of the main reasons why my body feels so good going out there. She stretches everybody. She gives everybody new techniques on things to do. So I feel like they all play a huge role in the success that we are having. And I'm so thankful for them to be on our staff because they are great people off the field. And that's what means the most. And like I said, just having different people, diverse, I feel like it's a blessing because everybody deserves an opportunity. And BA giving them that opportunity, Jason Light giving them that opportunity, the Glazer family giving them that opportunity, and they gave me an opportunity, so I'm just thankful to be here.
All right, now we'll go over to Sal's stage.
Hi, Devin. Appreciate the time. You mentioned it yourself that you could be the guy to bring Mahomes down with your athleticism. Are you preparing any different for Sunday than any other game to get the best possibility?
Nah, I'm keeping the main thing. What I've been doing all season long, like we in week 21 now. What I've been doing all season long, it's been working for me. I'm extremely blessed. I put a lot of work in, man. That's one thing that I pride myself on is you get out what you put in. And my work ethic hasn't changed from training camp all the way into week 21 preparing for the Super Bowl. The only thing that I wish is that we didn't have this bye week because, I'm so ready to play. Obviously, I missed the last game of the season, the first playoff game, so I kind of got 2 bye weeks already. It's like, man, once I got back in the rhythm, it's like, let's go. But at practice, man, practice been looking like games for me. I've been flying around, talking, making plays, keeping my energy up with my defensive guys, talking trash to the offensive guys. So just to keep myself in that same mental mind frame that I've been in the playoffs, and it's been working. So, I'm just keeping the same routine, just getting live every day.
All right, next up will be Rob Romershauser.
Hi, my name is Rob. It's great to see you, Devin. I'm a big LSU fan, and I wanted to ask you about Leonard Fournette since you were teammates with him. The same school, and he was down at a low point in his career. until he became a Bucs. Have you ever tried to help him like mentor that he can do this again in the NFL as he did before?
Yeah. Leonard Fournette, man. Shout out to my guy, Bugger Nation. Like he say, being united generates attitude, man. And I think the best thing was for us to reunite. When I was in college, I was a freshman, he was a junior. He took me under his wing. And man, it was great. We hit it off from the very first day. He's been a great mentor to me. And, when he hit the league, they had success early in Jacksonville. They was a real good team. I remember them losing in the AFC Championship to Tom Brady and the Patriots. And then, things started not going the way he wanted to go. But at the end of the day, it's not about like how you start. It's always about how you finish. It's always about finding yourself and doing the right things for yourself. And the moment that I seen Jacksonville released him, they cut him. I was on the phone with him. I was on the phone with BA. I was like, man, we have to get him. He's going to be a tremendous help for this football team. And weeks later, look what he's doing for our football team. Like, he's could be one of the best backs always in the league when he's on his A game. And I feel like from here on out, it's nothing. This the Leonard that we're going to get from here on out, man. He's rejuvenated. Whatever he had going, that's the past. He got it behind him. And, man, it's been a blessing to play with him. I'm so glad we reunited. And I just hope me and him, we can finish this job that we got going and pull it out. It'll mean so much to me, especially for when me and him started and where me and him at now, man. Just all those 7:30 a.m. workouts, man, just whatever we put in, him being the number 4 pick, me being the number 5 pick, man, it's just such a blessing to be able to fight for a Super Bowl.
All right, now we'll go over to Steve Isbitz.
Hey, Devin, on this defense, can you name a guy that maybe fans don't know about, or even if they do know about him, that you're extra proud of just for all the hard work behind the scenes, the development, somebody who's just had a special year that fans may not realize?
I'll say that number one person on our defense will have to be, man, that's a lot of guys I can get at too, but I say, first I'm going to say Nacho. He filled in tremendously for Vita. And it might not always show up on the stat sheet, but he been getting it on all year. And I'm very thankful for my guy, man. I don't feel like we took a step back when we lost Vita. I feel like he was still the same impact guy. I feel like he held up in the run game. Whatever we called on him to do, he did it. So I got to give it to my guy, Nacho, big 56. And another guy, Jamel Dean. Jamel also didn't play against the Chiefs last time, so our lineup was kind of crazy. He's been a guy, man. He's made a lot of plays, and he's held a lot of fast guys for us. Jamel Dean is a 4.30 guy that's long and rangy, and he's been a tremendous help to this team as well. And he's a guy that's not getting a lot of the hype behind him, but he's a guy that's, without him, we wouldn't be in these positions. Just like the Green Bay game, he turned that game around for us up in week 12. But he's been a guy that's been playing great ball for us as well.
All right, we got about 7 minutes left. Next up, we'll go to Rachel Hallowell.
Hey, Devin, how's it going?
It's going great.
Great. So I'm with the NFL Canada, and the Canadians were just wondering what your favorite thing is about Canada.
Oh, man, probably how tough they are over there. I say that's probably something that stands out when you say Canada is the toughness over there. And, that's kind of a big thing for me over here. Like, it's always the person with the most heart. That's the person who's going to win the one-on-ones. And that's what it's all about, especially playing in the NFL. And I always say before the game, you gotta break the man across from you will. You gotta break his will. And I feel like that's something that Canada exemplifies. It's toughness.
Cool, thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, next we will go over to Leo Haggerty.
Devin, I had a chance before the last time the Bucs were in the Super Bowl to ask Warren Sapp before the game, tell me one word that would describe winning the Super Bowl for you. He said immortality. What would be your one-word answer and why?
Man, hey, I never had to answer a question like this before. My one word that'll describe winning the Super Bowl, I just say a blessing. I just say a blessing because, I mean, not every day that, you get this opportunity, let alone to win it. And I always pick it back off Lavonte, like him being in the league 8 years without making it to the playoffs, let alone getting to the Super Bowl. So, I mean, I just thank the man above for allowing me to be put in a situation to win the game, and just thank him for allowing my team to come out victorious. So I just say a blessing. Well, it's a blessing either way because I'm doing something I love, but it'll be a real huge blessing to win it.
Our next, we'll go over to Kalen Jones from The Ringer.
Hey, Devin, how are you doing?
Great.
I know that you yourself, you're early on in your career. I'm sorry if you've already been asked this, but, you've got a bunch of young secondary dudes playing behind you. How much have you seen, those players come together this season and particularly this postseason?
Oh, man. So I give a lot of credit to those guys, man, especially because those guys never really had nobody to lean on. The oldest guy in the secondary is like in his third year. So that's kind of hard, especially playing in the NFL and you're not having a vet to lean on. But, man, those guys getting it done. Every time they ask to, they step up to the challenge and they get it done. They've been criticized so much, but they always come to work. They always, get out there on that field and they give it their all. And, I mean, that's all I can ask for because they know I'm going to give my all and they get their all. And I know at the end, we're some talented young guys. And I know we making plays. We're going to be a big reason why we win this game, win any game that we play.
All right, now we'll go over to Sarah Walsh.
Hey, Devin, I was just listening to Shaq, and he talked about this Super Bowl team doesn't have a lot of guys with Super Bowl experience on it, but it never felt that way. He said even, that first playoff game you guys had, it feels like the guys with no experience have experience. How do you guys have that mentality where you sort of have that edge, but without coming off as arrogant,
Yeah. I mean, I feel like it's confidence and it's swagger. A lot of people in the league don't have a Super Bowl experience. Like, this is not just some game you just walk into. But at the end of the day, when you're a baller, it shows. When you out there having fun, it shows. I think that's the biggest thing about us, where it's not arrogance, it's having fun. Especially like with us being so young on the back end, we out there, we got handshake for days. We always turned over one another. My coach always tell me, sit down on the sideline when I'm trying to watch the offense and tell me to rest. I'm like, man, I'm young. Like, I don't need to sit down. Like, I'm on my second win already. It's time to go. Like, I sit down tomorrow once this game over. But that's just the mindset that we have. And, man, it's fun going out there playing with the whole entire team, especially the defense. It's always fun when we out there, and especially in that run game, we out there handling people. But it's fun.
All right, next we will go over to Sam McEwen.
Hey, Devin. I had a question about Lavonte. Now, you've probably already been asked a question, but I'm curious. I mean, your personality and his personality, he's kind of low key. You have the excitement and exuberance just comes off of you. I'm curious what he's how he's taken you under his wing a little bit, like your relationship, your personalities and how they work together.
Our personalities, they don't match at all.
Right.
He's so laid back. Like he don't even like being in the spotlight. None of that. Like, he just like about his business, let his business show, and get on about his business. But me, I'm young, not dumb, full of energy, and just love to have fun, love to be out there playing the game. And I mean, it's been great. He done taught me a lot. Still teaching me a lot. And I'm teaching him some too, especially like it's always that mentality, like beat me to the ball, get more tackles than me. Let's see who can come up with the biggest play first. That whoever come up with the biggest play, that person got to pay the other person $1,000. Just little stuff that I'm able to throw into our game to make it more interesting as well. But man, from the classroom to off the field, taking care of yourself, taking care of your body, making sure you're available for every game, man, he done taught me a lot, and I can't thank him enough.
All right, last question. We're going to go to Jenna Lane from ESPN.
Hey, Devin, great to see you.
I'm just wondering, have you worked out any sort of arrangement with the staff at Raymond James Stadium? Because I know that you said that being able to bring your horse to the stadium at LSU was the highlight of your time there. Has there been any sort of deal perhaps made with the stadium staff here that if you guys can get a W, you'll be able to do that?
Man, we get a W on cause what they say. I'm pulling the horse out and I'm gonna hold a Lombardi trophy and I'm gonna ride around the whole stadium. They can beat me off, they can do whatever they want to do. But guess what? I'm gonna be on top of the world.
Which horse are you gonna bring with you?
Dream.
All right, that's all we got time for today. Appreciate it, Devin.
Thank you. Get live. Dude.